So last week we talked about viewing all phenomena as dreamlike. View all phenomena as dreamlike. And I made the point that it's not so much maybe what's important isn't the dreamlike quality, but it's the capacity to view it as dreamlike. That's the interesting part. And so the next Lojong slogan, which is 3 and 4, the third one is examine the nature of unborn awareness. And examine the nature of unborn awareness. So this poor man who I butchered, whose name I butchered here, says, so he writes in his little commentary about this, we should contemplate this in such a way, similar to the last meditation, that is viewing all things as dreamlike, all phenomena. The very mind that negated the intrinsic existence of the perceived objects. One, in terms of its past no more. Its past is no more, meaning that it doesn't exist anymore in the past in the way that it did. Two, in terms of its future, it is yet to be. Yeah. It's not now as it will be in a few moments from now. Oh, nothing is. And three, in terms of its present, it is composed of 3 parts. It is devoid of color. It is devoid of shape. It is devoid of spatial location. It cannot be said to be located in any specific point in the body. When analyzed, it is empty of all identifiable characteristics. The perceiving mind that knows this also abides as primordially unborn. So what he's talking about here is that sort of the original nature of things is to be empty. But what does that mean? It means this sort of nature of awareness, the primordial nature, to practice on the nature of unborn awareness is in its unmanifest state. That it's not the essence of a thing is not in its existence or process. It's constantly changing, and so it's never quite the same. Impermanence. We live with it every second of our lives. Impermanence. Not that things get lost, but that things get basically change and then come into being in a new way. This is the nature of all things. So unborn awareness is that state where things are not manifesting and they're not unmanifesting. They're just in this potentiality, the state of clarity, of wakeful awareness. Consciousness itself is still. It's silent. It's unmoving. That is seen to be the only thing, at least from the Buddhist view, that is fully unchanging. And so when we meditate, let's say we sort of move along these 10 petals and we come to this place of being awake, we may hold it for a few seconds and we may feel a continuity. This is the coolest thing when this happens. A continuity, but just even for 3 seconds or less, from one moment to the next, where there is no arising, nothing is being born. There is just this hanging in awareness that is unborn, unmanifest, but profoundly present and clear and bright. Everything is still. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. And throw a little bit of loving into the mix and it's even better. The next slogan, he goes on to say, is that the remedy as well, the remedy too is freed in its own place. That is the practice itself. Free the practice. Great, so I'm resting, I'm abiding in what he's calling unborn awareness. But that's a good time to just let go of practicing anything and just allowing yourself to abide. Practice is done. There's nothing more to accomplish, to do, to strive for. Yeah. So let go of all that effort. Let go of the energy that it takes to hold yourself in place. We don't need it anymore. Because if we are truly clear, if we're truly able to abide in this quality of unborn awareness, we'll know if we drift. And it's such a gentle breeze to come back. The more we have those moments of that taste, that sweet fragrance of what that feels like to hang in that space, we're imprinted with that, the more we can arrive in that place more easily next time. So these little slogans are really quite deceptive. They seem very simple if you just read through them quickly. But they're really pointing to sort of a depth of teaching that really goes to the heart of the matter.